Salve, salve galerinha. Temos novamente aqui, voltamos juntos para o quarto jogo da final. Antes de mais nada, galera, se inscreve no canal. Eu tô dividindo todas as fases do MSI em playlists separadas agora. Além de ter a Big Playlist, caso você queira dar um play em tudo, desde a análise pré-MSI do Grupo do Brasil até a grande final. E se você quiser ver somente algum jogo em específico, alguma série específica, eu quero ver só as semifinais, quero ver só os jogos do Rumble Stage, eu quero ver só a fase de grupos, você vai ter isso também, tá? Ok. Deixaram o Renekton no campo passar e em troca pegaram Gragas do Xiaohu. Canyon de Nidalee. Tá, eles querem abusar da top lane, aparentemente.
Xiaohu has been going largely for the AP Gragas, which feels very risky if you're going into a Renekton plus Nidalee, so we may see him pivot towards a tank Gragas style, go grasp, beef it up, just try to withstand that pressure coming through, which I think would be the intelligent play here. Just make it risk averse, because honestly, if Nidalee doesn't...
Eu já acho a Nidalee muito difícil de executar, cara. Por si só, ela é um campeão muito difícil de executar. Ótima escolha da RNG, cara. Ótima leitura, ótima leitura. É ótima leitura. Porque esse duo pode ser pro mid. O Showmaker pode jogar de Renekton no mid.
So, interesting thing here. Interesting thing with the ban because Gnar is the ban from RNG. So they're really respecting this as a
e o Silas. Ok. Isso indica que eles querem pegar Alistar aqui. Agora vamos ver se a Damwon vai negar isso ou não.
Silas also banned out by RNG. They don't want to give away some powerful ultis. Again, as you've already said, Silas can sometimes be an indicator of what you want to play. Could be
Kai'Sa Alistar, eu acho, hein?
Alistar here, and Orianna will be our final ban of this draft.
Yeah, absolutely.
Não?
When you look towards the regular season,
todo mundo tá pegando Leona no lugar do Alistar, é impressionante.
The only con played the Renekton in the LCK, so that is why my assumption immediately went towards it being up to that top lane.
E agora eles vão ter que resolver de uma vez por todas esses flex picks, né?
And Showmaker has brought out other AD picks, so there's no guarantee that it is up towards that top lane. If Jace gets locked in, you are assuming that it is in fact mid lane. But we'll have to wait, you know, not going to get too baited here by the hovers. It will be
Aatrox top e Renekton mid.
It's going to be Aatrox. So very interesting. This is super early game focused, it feels like here. Aatrox top, Renekton mid, Nidalee jungle.
Se a composição da Damwon não vencer o jogo até os 25 minutos, ela perdeu o jogo. Praticamente, assim, ou eles ganham o jogo até os 25 min, ou eles têm que estompar, assim, pressionar muito pesado. Fora disso, eles insta perderam. Vamos lá. Vou esperar só eles trocarem as posições. Ok, vamos lá. Composição da Damwon, extremamente focada no early game. A gente tem uma laning phase bastante estável no top. Eu não vejo muita troca sendo comprada entre esses dois. O Aatrox tem bastante sustain, então ele vai poder lidar com o poke do Gragas, caso aconteça esse poke. E ele tem movimentação, ele tem mobilidade suficiente para tentar sair de uma eventual troca e a partir do nível 6 até virar essa eventual troca. Tudo indica que eles vão jogar para cima do Showmaker. Vai ser Canyon e Showmaker jogando duplinha no mid. E depois jogar no mid, eles vão movimentar para o top, pressionar, e pressionar, e pressionar, e pressionar. A questão é, o 2v2 deles no mid depende muito do Showmaker conseguir dar gap closer no Crying. Porque o Wei, esse Udyr, ele é um campeão muito tanque, muito forte de early game. Outra coisa, vai depender também demais da eficácia dos roamings, tanto do Beryl quanto do Ming. A gente sabe que a bot lane por bot lane, a bot lane da RNG, ela é mais estável, a gente já viu esse mesmo matchup e ele funciona muito bem para eles. A Rell é um campeão mais engessado e no geral a gente pode dizer que o alcance de dano constante está mais favorável ao Royal Nevergiveup. Só que eles precisam de tempo para escalar. Além disso, novamente eu acredito que A Damwon, ela não tem um tanque de ofício, ela vai ter a Rel, mas fora isso, todos eles são lutadores, são campeões que tomam muito dano. Enquanto do outro lado, da RNG, tanto a Leona quanto o Udyr vão de fato itemizar itens de tanque e, consequentemente, absorver muito dano. Vamos ver se vai ter alguma sujeira de nível 1. O nível 1 da Damwon tá bem forte, bem abusivo, inclusive. Mas aparentemente eles vão pelo jogo seguro. Eles vão optar pela opção do 0 a 0.
For the chance to be featured on the broadcast. This is the last series of MSI. This may very well be the last game of MSI. If you have something to say, now is the time to say it, my friends, as the minions will be spawning here in about 30 seconds. RNG and Damwon squaring off once again. Not seeing anybody invading or doing anything too cheeky here super early on. Of course, back in game number 1, it was a delayed invade from RNG that set the ball rolling nice and early. So you never want to count these guys out until you see every single person in their lane.
Definitely not. But I think in this case, RNG want to play it safe. They have the line of scrimmage here. They don't want the game to be too crazy. You know, you're comfortable playing in a low risk situation here. You're up a game. You have the scaling advantage. You have the damage diversity here in your comp. And they've got the reasons to be confident in their 5v5. So I'm going to be so excited to see how this does shake out. A lot of room parity on both sides. Triple phase rush top side for RNG. Triple conqueror top side for Damwon. RNG really valuing the move speed here to be able to escape from the likes of the Renekton as well as that Aatrox.
Nice little bit of early trading here from Ming. Getting the aftershock means that Ghost can't really punish super effectively there with the auto attacks. Just
3 conquistador contra 3 ímpeto gradual. É o duelo das runas, apenas.
Wave control, he can shove things out as he scales up. He's got a ton of damage. No escape mechanisms. Means that if Renekton and Nidalee really want to focus him, Cryon's going to have a tough task of constantly avoiding.
Vale ressaltar que o Showmaker, ele vai sofrer pouco de bullying na lane, sim, pela falta de range.
It's also worth noting, no cleanse on Ryze. So in a lot of these situations where you see these kind of more niche counter picks, or, well, really not a counter pick, but just kind of the jungle plus mid lane duo that is very threatening with CC, you'll sometimes see the Ryze say, all right, well, I want to go TP, but I can't escape, so I got to go towards the cleanse. In this case, he is still playing teleport, which does mean if Canyon shows up, the flash
Mas esse daí é o potencial. No caso do Renekton, o que acontece? O Renekton ele troca a pressão de wave por pressão de kill e pressão de gank.
Before it actually happens, right? And that's why there's a deep ward over by the Raptors trying to track where Nidalee could potentially be coming from. It's going to be up to Wei to also be kind of in the face of the Nidalee, trying to act as one of those.
Então isso quer dizer que o Ryze tem mais potencial de cleanar o wave, porém o Renekton tem mais potencial de matar o Ryze. Nessa rota. E eu acho que o Wei vai garantir double scuttle. Por conta de erro no posicionamento da Damwon. Ele não pode garantir o scuttle do top. Ele está sendo muito pressionado. Mas ele pode garantir uma counter play de Showmaker.
Have a good time if she just ends up walking into the brush where Udyr is waiting. Now Wei will step forward, could be going for the gank here on bottom. Damwon's bottom lane very far up here in this lane. If Wei shows up, this should be summoner spells at the very least.
He was spotted, you know, coming out on that bot side invade, and that's why they're playing safe, but they're in an awkward spot because look at the wave, right? There's enough range minions there to deny all that does remain from RNG, so they desperately wanted to push it in, but they can't. And they don't know when and if Udyr actually based, right? You're not sure. Is he just waiting this entire time? It's very risky.
Mas o Canyon tá fazendo ótimo uso do tempo dele pra roubar os crudes.
So until they get some sort of information, it's a really tough spot to be in. That play alone costs them about a wave worth of CS, and that's the things that you like to really see, the incremental advantages created just purely through lack of information.
And Canyon there completes the Krugs right as Wei shows up. He gets to see what was going on. Ming tries to engage here on Ghost as he and Beryl are ready to try to trade back a little bit. Canyon and Wei once again fighting over this Raptor camp, and it's Canyon with the smite who secures it.
Yep, taking a couple camps away from his opponent. At least partially.
E ali, através da pressão de kill que o Renekton tem no momento, ele consegue a pressão de wave. E por isso o Ryze não pode contestar, ainda mais que o Ryze está sem mana. Não resetou ainda, vai resetar agora.
Has bought for Damwon Azael. They have so much control over both of these solo lanes.
They do, but really the gold is just dead even, right? They haven't actually created much of an advantage because of the depth sit on the bottom side.
Ele vai
And the
guivar o
series has
farm
been
dele pra
about the
poupar o
marksman players,
TP.
has been about who performs better, Ghost or
Crying.
Gala. Largely, it has been Gala really shining in these team fights, and already Ghost being put very far behind. The support difference as far as the matchup is also pretty big here. Leona definitely has the edge here in this 2v2 against the Rel. You know, Rel, such long cooldowns now since the nerfs, really kind of has
A Leona dá
favor.
potencial de dano muito maior pra Kai'Sa. Além dela poder ter engage muito mais fácil de acertar, né? A Rel não, a Rel só pode engajar se ela se comprometer. Ela tem que engajar full body e sabendo que não vai sair.
Once again, right on time to show us solo laners hitting level 6. Now, Xiaohu has used his teleport just to get back to lane very recently. Same story can be told for Khan, but both mid laners still have those TPs ready to go. Worth pointing out that Cryan also has the Realm Warp available if you need even more mass displacement here to try to make some sort of a play. Neither team's on the board yet. We still have ourselves a 0-0 game, 6 minutes in, but it's RNG coming up here to the top side. Try to make a move. Khan dashes over the wall. We have to flash here to get away. RNG is bringing up everybody to try to take this guy down. Showmaker has arrived. World Ender's getting popped. Nice job. Wei's in some trouble. Q3, baby. First blood over to Damwon.
Podia ter usado a ult ali,
Knowing his limits so well there. Not afraid at all. Doesn't flash out. Doesn't even hesitate for a second, just playing it, minimizing damage.
Você comprar uma troca contra
they locked down Wei, who had no flash, and they take him down. Critical first blood here, because not only does that create a soul lane advantage, Canyon has been invading ruthlessly. He's going to get ahead as well here, but RNG on the move. Wei, Cryan, and Xiaohu all around here. Khan's got to get over here. Remember, the solo laners do have a little bit of an ulti advantage because Khan's is on cooldown.
All right, we're fighting over the red buff. Here it goes. Khan taking a lot of damage here. Red's going to be secured by Wei. RNG trying to stand and fight. Showmaker goes in, but Showmaker goes down. Khan's about to be number 2 if he don't flash over the wall. They got to try to dash away. The Realm Warp is coming in, and it's going to be a 4-man party. Wei gets the kill, and RNG gets a big
E olha aqui o uso surreal da mobilidade do Ryze. E o Ming, olha o quanto é o comprometimento dele na jogada quando ele vai aplicar ela, cara.
Showmaker TPing back in will prevent additional jungle camps from going down, but
ele simplesmente deu flash pra frente pra entrar na ult do Ryze, cara.
But they lose out on the fight here. A huge amount of farm about to be collected by Gala, which will slingshot him ahead as far as the gold goes, and RNG have got to be feeling so good after that last team fight win.
Yeah, you know why Damwon wanted to go further for that. Why they wanted to steal the red buff. They need to succeed early, but it just didn't work. Look at how close Showmaker gets this.
It's absolutely very, very close here. The knockup comes through from Khan. The smite is secured, though. So much damage put down by that Gragas ulti. This AP Gragas has a little bit of AP under his belt at that point. Hitting all 3 Damwon members with the ulti, and it looked like even potentially the barrel. Ming, the absolute madman.
Vale ressaltar, essa Leona eles não esperavam. Eles não esperavam a Leona ali. Eles não tinham visão. A visão deles estava treinada. E o Ming simplesmente ele só foi visto quando ele saiu da ult. Foi surreal. Completamente surreal.
Advantages that Damwon have earned for themselves in the jungle and solo lane positions. But there's always the X factor, man. There's always Gala, and that's what Damwon must be so incredibly mindful of and respectful of as we continue to move forward in this game. 9 minutes in, and neither side has secured themselves a Drake yet. There is the Rift Herald in Canyon's inventory. He'll still have about 3 minutes to try to use that. Wei shows up as Canyon is down there looking for that Scuttle Crab, but Damwon are poised for a collapse. Barrel's going in, Gala's getting caught out. Ghost with the flash of the wall. Ghost with the kill with the explosive charge, and that is Damwon Kia getting a kill on the most important player of RNG.
Yeah, Ghost knew he had him, and cool guys don't look at explosions, walks away, Gala goes down, they grab the dragon, critical fight here for Damwon. They must maintain some pace in this game. They cannot afford to be giving away these early objectives. They've got to use their early game power here to try to get a hold of a spot in this game, a way to get ahead of RNG before RNG's scaling takes over. Wei is coming here, potential to answer this gank. Will they go for it? No flash on Showmaker, so it's got to be the slice and dice.
Okay, Cryan's in some trouble. The spear finds him. Flash away to avoid the rest of the damage. He'll take Showmaker low on the back end of that fight there, but
esse é o problema. O problema deles não é a entrada, é a saída.
Means Cryan is now very vulnerable for the next fight.
Eles entram e na
You
saída
can see those
eles
Merc
não
Treads
tomam
in
muito
action.
dano.
Canyon actually had to be pretty quick with that spear to even be able to land it. Cryan almost was able to actually flash out of there, and Wei now has the knowledge of where they are. They're looking for a 4-man dive bot, but Canyon is here.
They want to go. Ghost is about to die here immediately. Tries to make sure he trades one with him. The rocket jump again. It's a 1-for-2 as Cryan falls over. Wei's trying to get the hell out of town, and Damwon are able to stop what RNG's putting together.
That is huge. Canyon, right place, right time. Ghost coming up big. Khan winning the 1v1 on the top side. Showmaker doesn't move. He gets plates mid lane. Nearly a 2,000 gold lead after a couple skirmishes are going the way of Damwon. Huge for them to be able to pull this one off, and Canyon was there when they needed him most. Hex Flash over the wall. Ming starts this one out. The cleanse immediately, but the ulti was layered up. Ghost with the reset on the rocket jump, jumps in again.
Double jump.
The slows actually mattered a lot there, keeping him in range of the turret so that last tower shot could finish him off. And on the other side of the fight, Canyon and Barrow combined for a kill. So Damwon +1 on the play, get turret plates mid, don't lose turret plates bot, and get a kill onto Ghost. So Ghost, who was put very far behind after the early laning phase, remember, he was quite a bit down as far as the farm went. He's right back in it. He's got an additional kill. Yes, he's going to be down farm still, but the gold should have largely equalized here, or at least it's a lot closer to parity than it was.
Before that wave crashed, he was ahead. When the gold flashed on the screen for a moment, Ghost had a very slight lead over Gala because of the fact that he's got the kill advantage over his opponent. But now back in the mid lane, Wei will come here, help just clear out this wave a little bit, allow Cryan to farm up all those minions. We don't have a dragon to fight over. We don't have a Rift Herald to fight over. Rift Herald and Canyon's inventory is about to expire. It's got to be used. It's got to be used somewhere. Just throw it bottom, grab the plates.
So he wanted to use it mid. They were trying to get a punish on Cryan, who had no flash, because that was already a low tower. So if you get the kill, you drop the Herald, you cash in first tower, Showmaker is off to the races. That's the play that they were hoping for. They couldn't find it, so he had to go here and just kind of take the backup option. They're not really looking for much of a play. Showmaker is just here to say, we're going to get the plates, accept it, and really kind of just bodyguarding against any sort of a counterplay, more than looking for one of his own.
Okay, so I've got to pose this question to you, because we're almost 13 minutes into the game here. 2,500 gold lead for the side of Damwon. But we have made a point of specifically saying how important it is for this team to keep and use momentum. Is this enough momentum at this point in the game?
Yes, absolutely. I think so. You know, you're moving towards the second dragon, not only with a champion advantage as far as current power, but with also a gold advantage. If you grab this second dragon here on spawn, you know, around 15 minutes, you continue to push the pace of the game. I think it's absolutely fun. You know, the Rise isn't going to just like fully outscale connected until much later
a
in the
Royal
game.
não pode
the
dar.
damage profile doesn't really matter until a ton of
Como é que eu
armor
posso
is
dizer? Não pode dar as
stacked.
costas, né? Não pode
Right, so Damwon, I think, is still
deixar pra lá,
it's
entre
just
aspas,
always
sabe?
in the back of your head. There's that clock that's ticking. And when you're on the side of Damwon, you know that every little tick-tock is a bad thing for you. Whereas RNG are going to be happy with every moment that passes without action. So as long as Damwon keep that in mind, continue trying to play.
Então a Damwon tem que continuar criando jogadas, tem que continuar muito bem. Muito bom.
The most obnoxious thing in the world. Wei just runs
Muito
out,
bom.
smites him real fast, says, I'd rather inconvenience you to keep this cooldown. I've got a second charge anyway. But,
Mental advantage.
But I do want to point out a pretty big,
Simplesmente
like,
para impedir o B do
advantage in the
Atrox
jungle. It is a
retirar
two-round
tempo
lead
dele
for
no mapa.
Canyon, who,
Muito bom.
by all of 25 gold, is the richest person in the game. Not anymore after the minions got picked up, but the Nidalee is significantly far ahead and has now completed the Night Harvester, so the spears are going to hurt even more.
Yeah, he's looking to snowball this game, and Canyon is just such a monster. Has been known for his Nidalee in the past. You know, really, this guy's good at pretty much everything.
Yeah.
There's a reason that everyone looks at him as like the jungler. You know, when you talk to junglers in other regions, oh, who you been watching? Well, Canyon. You know, pretty much that's the universal answer you're going to get is people want to watch this guy to improve their game. And when pro players are saying that, as a pro player yourself, there's not really any higher compliment than you can get.
Right. If you're the textbook that everyone else wants to learn from, you're doing a pretty damn good job.
E esse dragão provavelmente vai cair pra Damwon. A RNG sabe que não pode contestar ainda. E eles vão trocar pelo segundo arauto? Aparentemente sim. E o que acontece? A RNG sabe que não pode contestar, sabe que precisa comprar tempo, sabe que ainda vai levar um tempo até eles poderem jogar. E negando esse arauto, eles compram muito tempo.
But you're probably going to lose the fight for the dragon anyway, so going there doesn't really gain you anything except a gray screen. So
dragão do oceano é perigoso, meu amigo.
However, Xiaohu had a close brush with what could have maybe been a really dire situation there. Flashes away, stays alive, stays safe. Back up here to the top lane. It's Khan going after Cryan. He's going in for the solo here, but it will not be a solo. Tries to get the Q3, but a nice rune prison coming out. Realm Warp wants to get him away. He is left behind, but it don't matter. He knows he can't kill an Udyr like that. But good pressure onto the enemy mid laner, forcing out that summoner spell.
Yeah, he forces out the flash there. You know, Xiaohu was going for the
Outra coisa que eu não mencionei é que corta-cura vai ser obrigatório por parte da RNG, tá? Se eles não tiverem corta-cura, eles não vão conseguir lidar com esse time.
So RNG can't defend this. Showmaker threatening a flank. If you step forward, the Croc is going to come in, but RNG are trying to preempt it with the TP behind here.
Okay, we got the TP, but Barrel's already ready to go. Nice CC chain coming out. Xiaohu can do nothing about it. And that is a very valuable kill here for Damwon.
Yeah, RNG just didn't have a setup to really go for that play. That's a flashless Gragas. He just committed the flash trying to go for Canyon earlier. They TPing him in, and this is the first kind of hints of desperation from RNG in this game. They're feeling like it's getting away from them. And honestly, they're right. This gold lead is expanding. The push is continuing. Canyon on the side threatening the spears over the wall here. And this tower is getting very, very low. Ming is chunked out. I mean, you get much lower. Barrel could look for the dismounted flash flip, knock someone down. So Damwon continuing to push here, likely will back off, pillage some of the jungle camps as Xiaohu is back out on the map. But damn, this is a great game for them and something that can really rebuild some confidence. Let's watch it one more time. Showmaker's on the flank, so they're saying, all right, well, we'll preempt the play. But the problem is, Wei's not really here yet. Look at where Ming is with his HP. The TP is very deep. And maybe if you're like a 2-item tank Gragas, you could do that because they can't just kill you off before your team can get to you. But I mean, this is a Gragas with an Everfrost and some Lucidity boots. He doesn't even have a stopwatch. Like, you're paper at that point, so Damwon make the easy play. They turn, they collapse, and they don't need Showmaker for that.
And Khan is so confident in this side lane. He already showed that he can take care of Cryan in the 1v1. He knows he can take care of Xiaohu in the 1v1. There's a reason he's got a 40 CS lead over his opponent. So Khan can just do whatever he pleases. In this split push situation, there is no way that without numbers, RNG can challenge him, and Damwon can play around this. That 2-0.
Eu acho que o Ryze vai rushar uma orbe do Oblivion. Eu acho que é necessário nesse jogo.
Challenge RNG to come answer them, and honestly, for RNG, that's a tough call.
It really is.
No, Ryze não, o Gragas.
I think in this case, if I'm RNG, unless you think you have a really good angle or some sort of way to get a pick or force some cooldowns before the dragon, I think you give this one up. You keep looking towards late game. You're not at match point here, right? You know, you are not about to lose this series, even if you drop the game. And I think the higher percentage play is just hoping that the game can stall out. And you really kind of just wait to contest at those like death buffs, right? If they're going to go for Baron, if they're going to go for Soul, if they're going to go for Elder, yeah, you flip the game. You go and you fight. But for that third dragon, I don't think it's worthwhile when they have a really good late game composition and potentially the ability to wait it out to get there.
We'll check back in on that here in about 90 seconds, but an update.
Estamos chegando a 19 minutos e tudo vai depender do fator mental. O Ryze fez aquela orbe do Oblivion.
And since then, the gold advantage has gone from 2,500 to 6K for the side of Damwon Kia. The Korean team is ready and raring to go here. When they're at death's door, when they're at match point, when they must win, they are ready to do it here with this comp that, as you rightfully said in Champ Select, it's high risk, high reward, and this is the kind of squad that's willing to accept that challenge.
Absolutely. It's the kind of team that can pull it off. I mean, they're world champions for a reason. This is a team that is, you know, representing the hope of the LCK, right? You know, it had been the LPL running the show for a few years internationally. You know,
E eles não vão conseguir fazer nada com isso.
it was starting to feel like
O Arauto nem vai dar
SOCIAIS was
cabeçada.
falling behind. You know, they had that kind of tragic
Atrasaram
growth,
muito tempo.
and it was the
Muito,
rise of
muito,
the West,
muito
the
ruim.
LPL taking over, and they came up and represented the LCK. Won Worlds last year. They're trying to make it 2 back-to-back for the region. And they are making a good show of it here in game number 4, trying to force match point.
Now remember, in both of the previous games, we've seen each of these teams throw a lead around 3rd Drake when they were ahead 2-0 in that count. That has to be in the mind of Damwon. They do not want to overextend. They do not want to give RNG the window back into this game, because with these compositions, with the state of the
Pior é que
champions
se
on
a
the board,
Damwon dá
one
full
mistake can be
commit
one
pro
too many.
dragão,
Absolutely.
a RNG
Damwon
consegue
fully in
trocar o barão.
control, but as you say, you know,
Eles
on
têm um
both
time
sides, right?
muito
You know,
rápido,
Damwon
mas
really misengage and
é uma
use a
ótima
fight.
ideia
Post
aqui.
20 minutes, that's Barrett, and all of a sudden that's your lead gone, and that's your momentum gone. So they want to make sure that they are not being hesitant, but they are still being thoughtful about their engages. They're still being intelligent about the engages, and that's why they only send a couple members, take down that dragon, make sure you keep your eyes on the Baron pit. There's potential for
Mas o
a
relógio
round-up to be able to
segue
drop them in there,
clicando
so even
contra
though
a
very
Damwon,
shortly past
cara.
20 minutes, Damwon still had Barrel up there, making sure that that small percentage play was not going to happen.
And I love the fact that it's Khan who's the guy who starts the dragon up. They don't send Canyon down there just in case they somehow might have missed a ward. But the top laner, who can very frequently be out of vision anyway because his job is to rotate around, be that split push threat, that's the guy that can most easily be dismissed as, oh, he's probably somewhere
They're
doing
looking for a
something.
pick on Khan.
But Xiaohu might just find himself caught out here. Explosive cast used. Canyon just ends up getting the alley-oop there on the Scuttle Crab. Xiaohu escapes, doesn't have to use his flash.
Yeah, not much amounting there as we did see Canyon as well as Barrel showing up, but you could see Gala was actually cheating over towards where Xiaohu was. They were looking initially for a play where Xiaohu goes in, he applies the Plasma on Khan, Gala flies in, you get a pick that buys you some time, that buys you some control in this game. But Damwon, again, on top of it, Khan is only there because he knows he has the support of Barrel as well as Canyon coming through, and they're trying to set up once again here over the side, finish off this tower. Canyon's gonna go over the wall, throw turrets, and while you're busy playing the minigame of dodging spears, Ghost is just gonna step forward and knock this one down.
Every mini game's got a main game, and Damwon are running the game right now.
Mas vale ressaltar que eles já conseguiram estreitar em 1K a vantagem, tá?
Give us an amazing matchup. Let's go. I agree. As Wei ends up face checking the brush there, will not take a whole lot of punishment from that. But this map is Damwon's, Azael, and RNG are struggling to find any footing here. As you can see, the ward lines being advanced as Damwon takes control over the entirety of the enemy jungle. Wei's gonna face check here. It's Khan ready to go, but he's got to be careful that he's not too far separated from the rest of his team. RNG's trying to join up. Barrel goes in for the engage. A little bit of damage over the wall coming out from Cryan, but Khan is doing a beautiful job keeping everybody else away. Q3 finds its way into the hearts of 2 different RNG players. Flash out from Xiaohu to stay alive. Gala doing whatever he can to find the damage here. They will not get a kill on him. Cryan has to fall back now as well, and it's another fight.
E realmente é muito difícil lidar com esse Aatrox, cara, é impressionante.
As Khan is just always having such good angles. Really been impressed with him in this series. He's always approaching where he's on that precipice of feeling like, ooh, are you too far? And makes RNG kind of want to go for him a little bit, want to scrap with him a little bit, but he's only in those positions when he has the support of his team. He has never overextended it.
E olha a quantidade de cura que o Aatrox recebe, sabe? É muito difícil lidar com ele.
So incredibly well, and putting on such a tremendous amount of pressure to the RNG members here, who are losing more and more control in this game. And while your hope is that you've closed the gap for the soul point, you just haven't. And Khan, here he is. He lands the initial play, but he backs up until the rest of his team arrives here. Barrel, I like that he does not overcommit. He jumps in with the W, but you notice doesn't use his flash, doesn't use his ulti, because if RNG then try to commit, then you go for the flash ulti. But it's Showmaker and Khan piling into the back line here, getting tremendous amounts of damage on, and Wei now maybe in some trouble here as here comes Canyon.
Canyon's ready to go. Showmaker, however, already used the stun, so that means there will not be any setup there for the spear. Ming not avoiding, or not being able to be caught out here just yet, but it might be Khan who
Meu
gets
Deus,
flooded.
finalmente conseguiram neutralizar o Khan.
Exactly the man that you want to
Ok.
have. Barrel might be the next one. This could be huge for RNG if they pick up another kill. Khan out of the picture is already
E lembre-se, 24 minutos.
to open a window here for
Ryze ainda não fechou o segundo item, então ele ainda tá meio fora da Spike. Mas eles conseguem lutar bem se eles quiserem. Depende muito de execução. 2-0 até o momento. Eles ainda não podem, porque ainda tem muito dano do outro lado. Se o Showmaker pegar qualquer um desses alvos, ele estoura o alvo. Eles continuam sem poder tomar nenhuma lança. Meu Deus. Meu Deus, pentakill da Tristana. Pentakill do Ghost, meus amigos. Simplesmente focaram o cara errado. E é muito difícil focar alguém nesse momento do jogo.
Detonates in the middle of the entire RNG squad, and when he got that first kill, you could smell it. The Penta was there for Ghost. He reaches out and he grabs it and he takes this game.
E eu acho que com isso a Tristana tá muito na frente. Agora ela fez o item certo para bater nos tanques. Sinceramente, agora a RNG vai ter outro problema para ter que lidar agora, meus amigos. Que é o problema do alcance. Quem vai pegar essa Tristana?
Ming with the explosive charge a little bit too close to Gala. Procs that damage on him. And Showmaker has the two items feeling really strong. So they're moving forward. They know Khan is about to respawn. We have the ability to turn this with the TP. Look at this explosive charge. Detonating on multiple
E a alma do oceano pra eles.
Coming through. Ghost sees the Penta in his eyes. As soon as Gala falls, there's no one to contest him. And he comes up huge for Damwon. They are in full control. 10k ahead. Baron buff. They could be on the victory march right here.
10k de vantagem. Agora eles estão muito bem para finalizar esse jogo. Eles não podem ficar tipo... não podem ter excesso de confiança, claro. Mas eles estão muito bem no jogo. Muito bem, muito tranquilos para ganhar. É quase impossível você matar o Aatrox. Literalmente, se botar os 5 membros, o Aatrox consegue matar os 5 com essa alma do oceano. E eu não tô nem exagerando.
Will be arriving. The timing isn't quite right for Damwon, so the waves aren't crashing at the same time. But they're looking to pressure on multiple sides. They've got the top lane wave already at that tower. And we'll see if they can step forward here to get some damage down. Barrel taking a pretty large amount of poke there, though.
He's still okay for now. They really got to respect the Leona and the Gragas engage potential. Khan is still
não tem um corta-cura que seja eficaz o suficiente para matar um Aatrox com tudo isso, cara. Enquanto ele estiver causando dano, ele é imortal. Basicamente é isso.
Canyon finds a spear onto Wei, and here's what you're talking about the lead. This is what we needed to see the Nidalee do if Damwon was to stay alive in this series, be able to chunk people no matter if they're the tank or not, and it's working out.
It is, but they haven't got these waves synced up, so far RNG has been holding up, but Canyon goes in!
Oh, right over the wall they go! Khan is ready to follow up. Wei is at 20% HP. He cannot participate until he goes back to the fountain to heal, but that is too much.
Opa! Barrel errou a ult, isso é importante pra eles.
Now back over in the mid lane, the minions have crashed, and they are ready to continue finding damage onto the turret. No inhibitor claimed yet. Second inhibitor turret will be defended back here in mid. Damwon keeping the pressure alive as a 4-man push in the bottom lane. Gala, this is the guy to watch. If there's
Puxa do Showmaker pra encher a fúria passivamente, sem ter que bater em nada.
Wei steps out of the base gate here, trying to stand and fight. You've got Showmaker in the Dominus, ready to make some sort of a play here.
Ih, Xiaohu morreu sem ult? Ah, não, ele vai ultar. Ele vai ultar antes de morrer? Não vai ultar antes de morrer. Ele quis sair vivo.
Khan grabs the kill there, and they will not stop. Wei and Ming both about to fall. Gala tries to get himself away. It's a double kill back over to the Aatrox. It's Canyon picking up another. Ladies and gentlemen, esports fans.
E um jogaço de early game. A gente vê a RNG atrasada nas jogadas, a RNG tentando defender esse early game, mas defendendo sempre atrasada, sempre tentando responder as jogadas. E teremos uma final de 5 jogos, meus amigos. Ó, aqui, vou ser bem sincero. Quando você teve a lutinha, foi legal, foi importante. Mas qual foi o grande erro? O grande erro foi a jogada seguinte, a jogada que eles quiseram criar no bot. Porque eles erraram o tracking do Canyon. Então, como eles não tinham o tracking do Canyon, eles não podiam fazer essa jogada. E, consequentemente, a Damwon conseguiu reverter uma jogada com essa pressão de early game, né? Você vê aqui, ó. Early game, laning phase, early game, laning phase. 3 campeões de early game, ultra early. E aqui, mid late scaling, late game scaling, mid late scaling. Sabe, você fica muito passivo. Você tem que jogar passivamente contra um time ultra agressivo, um time que não vai parar de te agredir. Então, foi quase impossível jogar esse jogo. A RNG precisava não ter cometido nenhum erro quando cometeu vários. Então, não comprar nenhuma jogada no early game, ceder os 2 dragões e tentar contestar o arauto, tentando estar com os números lá primeiro. Isso seriam as jogadas possíveis para a RNG. Mas por conta do jeito que eles jogaram o early game e ficaram parecendo efetivamente confusos, ficou fácil para Damwon controlar e estompar esse jogo. Renekton é um campeão obsceno. Eu te digo o seguinte, nesse meta atual, o Renekton é um campeão que não tem counters. O Renekton, no momento atual, não tem um counter que seja eficaz contra ele. Ah, mas o Lee Sin é forte. O Lee Sin apanha para Renekton. E como apanha? Meu amigo, vocês não fazem ideia. Então, assim, claro, é skill matchup, mas 95% dos casos o Renekton vai ganhar. Então, assim, tipo, digamos assim, se o Renekton errar, ele é menos punido do que o Lee Sin. Se o Renekton erra, ele vai ter que gastar um flash, ele vai ter que givar a troca, vai perder o wave. Se o Lee Sin erra, morre. Ele morte. Ele acabou, ele morreu. Entendeu? Então, é bem perigoso. A Damwon tá com um jogo muito, muito bem setado para Blue Side. Eles têm muitos picks fortes. Eles são um time que joga melhor no first pick forte do que no counter pick, como foi demonstrado até o momento. E é isso, meus amigos. Então, teremos o 5º jogo dessa grande série. Que belo dia para se estar vivo e ser um fã de League of Legends. E vejo vocês já no último jogo da grandíssima final. E como sempre, meus amigos, GG e até logo.